Chapter 19. It depends. Weeks later. Weeks after the death of their best friend Shisui, something changed within Itachi and Minako. They became cold and emotionless, their eyes empty. If only people knew what really happened. Minako decided to go to Itachi's house, wanting to see how he's holding up. It was the first time she was outside her house after Shisui was buried. While walking in the Uchiha compound, she noticed eyes looking at her with suspicion. She sighs and continues walking, not bothering the stares and glares. Rumor has it that Itachi killed Shisui. Another rumor said that Minako and Itachi killed him, or she killed him, because Minako was the only one he was with last publicly. Which was total bullshit according to Minako, as she heard this from Mari-chan. Minako knocked on the door, which is opened by Makoto-san herself. Minako, I didn't expect you to visit. Oh, my. I haven't cleaned the lounge at all, Makoto-san said. Makoto-san, sorry for the unexpected visit, but is Itachi here? Minako asked, then smiled. Oh, Itachi? He's inside. Come in. Thank you, Makoto-san. Minako bowed and entered. She entered the same room when her and Shisui arrived early on one of Itachi's birthdays. Minako didn't notice Sasuke playing as her eyes focused outside. Mina-chan? She looked down at Sasuke, who was tugging her shirt. Hey Sasuke, how you been? She crouched down, patting his head. Are you looking for Big Brother? Sasuke asked with a look. Yeah. What other reasons are there, except babysitting you? Minako said. Of course, Sasuke rolled his eyes. Minako's sweat dropped and raised her eyebrow. Did you just roll your eyes at me? No, I didn't. Anyway, he's outside. Sasuke then pointed outside. Minako went outside and saw Itachi sitting on the right side, a few steps away from the door. She silently walked towards Itachi, but stopped when he spoke. What are you doing here, Minako? I wanted to see you. How are you doing? Huh. All you want is to know what happened to him, Itachi replied. You're so stubborn sometimes, Itachi. I came here to see you, and I wanted to talk to you. And it's not about him, Minako whispered at the end. I guess that you heard from other people, right? You want to know the truth? Itachi looked at Minako with his shotting gun. Minako sighed. Itachi. Just leave, Minako, he said in a stern voice. I already know the truth, Itachi. You don't need to tell me. I'm already feeling bad enough. I wasn't fast enough to save Shisui, Minako loudly whispered. He was shocked, staring intently at Minako, looking for any signs of her lying. I saw Shisui die in front of me. You were not the only one, Minako continued to whisper. How? Itachi asked, puzzled. Minako glanced at her right and saw a glimpse of Sasuke eavesdropping. We shouldn't be talking about this here. Minako closed the distance between her and Itachi. Face to face, she leans on his ear. Sasuke's listening. Itachi heard that loud and clear. However, his mind went a bit hazy. Minako being so close to him, her lips inches away. Surely, he was blushing. As Minako returned to face him, his blushed cheeks were gone. He nodded and stood up, giving Minako a hand. Thank you, Minako smiled. He was curious on how Minako was unfazed by all of it. He would always see that whenever he's near or touches her, she blushes. She changed. Where's the Minako that I love? He thought. Love. They left the house and went to one of their training places. Minako, on the other hand, was thinking on how in the world she did that to Itachi. A part of her tells her that it's okay because they're friends. The other, well, made her heart beat 10% faster. You were there by the river? Itachi asked. Not exactly. I was on one of the trees near it, Minako said. Now, too afraid of even looking at Itachi. Did you hear anything? Itachi nervously asked. If she heard everything that Shisui said. How can I say this? Minako thought. If you say it, this will be 10 times more awkward than right now, Inner Minako advised. I only heard him say to you to protect your clan and the village. That's all. Itachi was staring intently at Minako. She's lying, he thought. Itachi knew what gesture Minako would make when she lies. In other words, she's a bad liar. She does a certain gesture, which Itachi finds cute about her. He was too distracted by her that he didn't notice her waving her hands. Konoha to Itachi, you there? Minako said. Huh? Is there something wrong, Itachi? You zoned out. For a while. I'm fine, Itachi said in a monotone voice. Minako cocked an eyebrow. You sure? Yes, we should get back. They might think we're up to something. Itachi turned to leave. Those rumors get to you? She asked. Itachi looked back to her. No. I just don't want you to be a part of it. He speeds off. This surprised Minako, still following Itachi. He cares about me? That very evening, Minako was out in town, stopping here and there. She needed a distraction from thinking so much about Itachi. He has a girlfriend. Remember that. She decided to walk home. Alone. She walks down an alley, but is stopped as a shadow figure appears in front and to the back of her. She looks around cautiously, preparing her kunai. Good thing for her, she barely bought anything. She saw someone walking towards her slowly, a cane in hand. Danzo, Minako said like it's a toxic poison. Has anyone taught you to respect your elders, Lady Minako? Danzo said. Minako snickered. Not to the ones who kill innocent people. What do you mean? I've never killed anyone, he said. Bullshit. You have Shisui's eye. I don't know what you are. Danzo cuts Minako off. Save the threats, or I'll have them take Itachi Uchiha's eyes as well. He gestures to his men. What do you want? Minako said sternly, glaring at Danzo. Good. A smart one. Just cut to the chase, old man. You are going to assist your friend Itachi in killing his own clan, Danzo maniacally smirked. Her eyes wide. She stared at him in disbelief, except his little brother Sasuke, of course. Minako slowly shook her head. No. If you don't, I'll have my men kill Naruto in an instance, or better yet, kidnap him and experiment on him till he dies. Choose, Lady Minako. Help your friend, or let your brother die. Minako wanted to say something, but was cut off by Danzo. But this depends on Itachi's choice. If he joins his clan with the coup d'etat, then you must kill Sasuke, then Itachi. If he kills his clan, you ought to assist him in whatever he needs. Danzo walked to leave, but turned back. Time's ticking, Lady Minako. Choose wisely. Him and his men left. Minako was left speechless, thinking on how will she do this? She can't let her brother get killed. He was just a boy. Nor she can't kill Sasuke, who to her was like a brother, and Itachi, who she cares and loves. But it depends on what will Itachi choose. Only one way to find out. Chapter 20. Regrets were made. Glad to see you two together. Minako tensed beside Itachi. They were in an isolated area of the village training. What are you doing here? Itachi asked. I just wanted to know if the both of you have made a decision. Danzo slowly walked towards them. Itachi looked at Minako, then at Danzo. She never told you yet. Itachi, Minako whispered. Do I have to say it again? Danzo said. I already chose, Itachi regretfully said. Minako looked at Itachi, shocked. Either of his choice made Minako anxious. She didn't want to kill innocent people, nor wanted to kill her only living best friend and his little brother. I'll do it sometime this week, Itachi said. Danzo smiled victoriously, and then looked at Minako. You now know what you ought to do, Lady Minako. He left silently. Minako glanced down and moved backwards away from Itachi. I can't do it, she thought. How? Minako, Itachi calling her attention. Minako was devastated. She had to kill. She was lost in her thoughts. So Itachi came up to her and grabbed both her arms. Minako. Minako felt her knees weakened. How can I do this? I could never. No, no, no. Itachi noticed Minako, beginning to breathe heavily. He touched her hands, and they were as cold as ice. Minako began to shake, and Itachi didn't know what to do. Eventually, Minako's legs gave up, but Itachi held her and put her on the ground gently. He rubbed her hands to make them warm, but it was useless. Minako was still shaking. Itachi did the only thing he could think of. He cupped her face to look at him. He gazed at her eyes worriedly. Minako. Minako was tearing up. Tears pulled in her eyes as she looked back at Itachi. She opens her mouth to say something, but alas, she was speechless. Itachi did the unthinkable. He did nothing but gaze at her immensely. He leaned in and kissed her. Minako's eyes widened, surprised. Her cheeks turned pink. Without thinking, she kissed back. They pulled away from the kiss, gazing at each other's eyes. Minako was blushing uncontrollably. She was red as a red bell pepper. I'm sorry. Itachi distanced himself and looking away. I didn't mean to do that. Minako looked away, still blushing madly. And Minako already fainted. Well, this is awkward, she thought. What did he want you to do? Itachi regains himself while looking at the distance. He wants me to help you, Minako replied. Itachi, tensed, eyes widened. He turned to face Minako, but stopped midway. Why? He thought. When will you do it? Minako asked emotionlessly. Itachi's heart ached. Killing his own family and clan was bad enough, but with the girl who treated his family like their own, treated his clan like any other person would like to be treated, unlike others who feared and hated them, how could they do this? You don't have to do it. Minako cuts him off. I have to do it, or they'll kill Naruto. Itachi glances at Minako. When will Hokage-sama negotiate with the leaders? 2 days from now, evening, Minako stated. Itachi nodded. Minako understood and inwardly sighed. Itachi, you're going to leave, aren't you? Time skipped to that night. Minako wandered around the streets of Konoha, occasionally leaping from roof to roof, until she stopped by the Hokage Tower. She saw a mob at the Hokage Tower door, and Lord Third talking to them. She eavesdrops on them. We must kill the Jinchuriki. He stole a forbidden scroll. He might unleash the nine-tailed beast inside him. Lord Third was calming down the mob. Minako grew anxious, thinking about what her brother did. She searches for Naruto. Empty-handed, she went to see the Hokage. She teleported inside the tower. She kneeled down in one knee and apologizes. Hokage-sama, sorry for the intrusion. You may stand, Minako, Lord Hiruzen said. I came to apologize on behalf of my brother's behavior and on what he did. Minako bowed. The Hokage smiled and tells Minako to raise her head. No need to apologize, Minako. No harm done. But he cuts her off. He took a dummy scroll. Someone, probably a shinobi, lied to Naruto and the villagers. Minako's facial expression relaxed. She nodded briefly. Hokage-sama, may I ask? Lord Hiruzen hummed. If you know by any chance what happened? It was the day. Minako packed everything she needed. After doing his deeds, she was going to leave Konoha village. She couldn't live with the guilt and still be in Konoha. But before they met up, she went to the Hokage's office and resigned from her Anbu duties. Not before she told the Hokage that the shinobi who lied to the villagers was named Suzuki and is a traitor. She saw him when she was kidnapped. She asked Lord Hiruzen if she can punish Suzuki herself, which the Hokage disagreed, knowing her clear intentions. He told Minako that he was already deeply punished. Minako understood and started to leave the office. Before she could do that, the Hokage called her and gave her a special mission, which takes Minako to a small village where she will look after and could possibly live. She accepted it and left. She had a few hours left. Before she leaves, she goes to the hospital. She entered Iruka's room and greeted him and saw a sleeping Naruto. "How are you holding up, Iruka-san? I bought you instant ramen. I don't know if you're allowed to eat this, but hey, it's ramen." Minako smiled. "It's a pleasure to see you, Lady Minako. You didn't have to buy me anything, really." Iruka scratches his head. "But other than that, I'm doing good," he resumed. Minako glanced at Naruto. "Iruka-san, I would like to thank you for protecting and saving Naruto, and being with him, even with this kind of behavior and personality." She bowed slightly at Iruka. "It's my pleasure," Iruka smiled. "I am truly grateful to you for saving him." Minako smiled. "But please, Lady Minako, just call me Iruka." Minako nodded. "Sure. In exchange, just call me Minako." Iruka nodded. "I'm surprised that, of all people, you would protect Naruto after what happened. I learned to see past that, Minako. Naruto is just an innocent boy. I learned to not blindly hate on people without knowing them." "I see. I'm glad you did. 'Cause you might be the only person he counts on for a while," Minako said, and then turned to Naruto. "I'm happy to see that you're okay, little brother," she whispered. She caressed his cheeks. "I'm sorry." Iruka smiled at the sight, knowing Minako is always by Naruto's side no matter what. "I best be going. You need the sleep, Iruka." "Oh, I guess so. Again, it was a pleasure to meet you, Minako." He bowed his head. "Pleasure's all mine. Just please keep an eye on him." "Thank you, Iruka." Minako smiled and left. Her smile didn't last long as she teleported out of the hospital. She went back to her house and changed into her Anbu uniform. Grabbing her sword, she went to the nearby forest, knowing someone is there. She wanted to do this before she left. She wanted to guarantee that Naruto would be safe. As she perched on a tree branch, glaring at her target like a prey, she threw shurikens at him. Suzuki sensed the upcoming shurikens. He dodged and looked at Minako's direction. Suzuki saw nothing but fox-like red eyes. He cautiously backed up and armed himself with a kunai. "Who's there? Show yourself!" he shouted, feeling anxious and terrified. Minako smirked maniacally as she slowly appeared from the shadows. She had to make this quick, as she had to be with Itachi. "Lay Minako!" Suzuki stuttered, his hand starting to shake as he stood up steadily. "You tried to kill the Nine-Tails Chinchuriki. Do you know what would have happened?" Suzuki clenched his teeth while still cautiously gazing at Minako. "I was doing everyone a favor, including you. He's a She cuts him off. "He's not. All of you see is the beast inside him, but not the actual person. He's nothing but an innocent boy who wants to be treated normal," Minako yelled. "The fourth wanted you and the rest of the village to see him as a hero. My father and mother sacrificed themselves and their children's normal lives for this village. And yet, you tried to kill my brother?" she resumed. Suzuki stumbled in shock and fell to the ground as red-orange bubbles started to appear on Minako. He crawled backwards and his back hits a tree. The second tail already emerged as the Nine-Tails chakra covered Minako. Suzuki scurries on his feet, eyes focused on Minako. "You definitely are siblings, both monsters that had killed hundreds of people," he said with a sudden boost of confidence. "My brother isn't a monster," Minako said as she teleported to close their distance and disarm him by hitting his wrist, and took his kunai to push it against his neck. "But I am." With one swift move, Minako slits his throat before he can move. Suzuki falls on his knees while putting pressure on his neck. Minako knew he was surely going to be dead, but she needed to double check. She pierced the kunai through him, right at his heart, and left it there. She glanced back on what she did, feeling no remorse. She left the scene and went to the entrance of the Uchiha compound. It was time. "Itachi." Minako puts her arm on his arm. I don't kill without any reason." "I know. I'll do it myself," he said, emotionless. Minako glances at a masked man a few steps behind them. You sure you can trust him? I don't. As long as he's here, he won't annihilate the village. Minako briefly nodded and went to a nearby post. Standing on top of it, she performed a barrier jutsu. All she could do was listen to the cries and groans of people. The masked man left as Itachi suspected him as the infamous Madara Uchiha. Itachi stood still, tears running down his face. He has his back to Sasuke, who is unconscious on the ground. Minako appeared by Sasuke's side. She put her hand on his head as she heals most of his body with her other hand. Itachi glanced back and left. I'm sorry, Sasuke. I hope he'd tell you the truth. But I was wrong. Take care. She stood and looked back at the mess. I'm sorry. And she left to go after Itachi. She saw him walking at the distance nearing the gates. She ran and caught up to Itachi. What? Minako holds up her hand. Don't think I'm stupid, but we did that together. Wherever this goes from now on, I want you to know that I'm always by your side, no matter what happens. Itachi huffed and smiled a little. You're stupid. Chapter 21. Me before you. Minako. Go back. Itachi halts in the middle of the forest. Minako groaned and looks at Itachi's emotionless face. Itachi sighed. You're stubborn, as he sat down by a tree. Huh. If you're thinking that I'm following you, think again. Minako crossed her arms as she sat opposite to Itachi. Sure you're not, Itachi said sarcastically. Minako's eyes widened and her mouth agape. Even in this situation, you're still full of yourself, she whispered to herself. But just enough to be heard by Itachi. Itachi raised his eyebrows unnoticeably. I suggest you should take a different path, he said. Minako glanced at him and stood up. Who are you, and where's Itachi? She whispered as she leaps to a nearby tree facing away from Itachi. He stared at her, shocked, then glared at her back. I would ask the same thing to you. He knew that Minako heard every single word he said. A part of him wanted her to answer, and the other to leave. Itachi stood up to leave. As he took one step, Minako spoke up. And then you leave. He snaps his head to her direction, not knowing what to say. He stayed silent. I know you've gone through enough of this night, and I apologize. He noticed that Minako glanced at him to see if he was still there listening. But to answer your unspoken questions, the answer is, I don't know. She paused to gaze at him, making eye contact. And she died, along with her best friend Shisui. As common as it sounds, she actually did. Every single person she loved that died before she could save them, she died with them, Minako said. Itachi looked softened. And to kill your curiosity, I'm just tagging along for an adventure, if there is any. But when I get to my desired destination, don't worry, I'll be gone before you know it. She smiled sadly and turned around to look at the moon. She inwardly sighed. I can't tell if you're lying or being dramatic, Itachi said. You're welcome to sit beside me and see my face, she said sarcastically. Itachi did what she said. He wanted to know more about her. He didn't want to keep thinking about what he did. Literally. Minako, with furrowed eyebrows, stares at Itachi and then cocked an eyebrow. I was just joking, you know. Itachi gazed at her in amazement. Minako sighed. Her facial expression softens. You could at least have told him the truth. He'll grow up hating you. Minako starts talking about Sasuke. He should be. I have failed being a good brother to him. Itachi starts. Well, now you did, Minako interrupts. Itachi glares at her. Consider it as a motivation to help him be a great shinobi, Itachi resumed. A great motivation for killing you, Minako says madly. Itachi, you do realize how stupid that is. And I know sooner or later, he'll come after you. And I can't lose you too. Minako stares at his eyes, whispering by the end. And I thought the Uchiha clan are naturally intelligent. And then there's you. She looks away. I'm sorry. Again, she apologizes. The moon's light hits Monako's face. Itachi couldn't help but gaze at her immensely, thinking, how could someone be more beautiful? Monako, why are you truly here? Itachi asked. She glances at him briefly. I can't live in Konoha with guilt all over me. And even though I could go back right now, what's the point when I can't even be with my brother? And besides, I have a mission to do. She smiles. Itachi didn't bother to ask about her mission, but asked another question. What happened to you? I remembered you distancing yourself from me. It all started when you got back to Konoha after 2 years, and it worsened on my 13th birthday. Monako looked away, gripping on the tree branch. What the hell do I say? She thought, clenching her teeth, eyebrows furrowed. She found it difficult to tell the truth. Monako considered herself as someone who speaks out on what was on her mind, regardless of if it hurts the person or not. Opening her mouth to say something, but couldn't find a word to utter. Instead, she let out a deep breath. Fuck it, let's get this over with, she thought. I did it because, for my sake, I didn't want to get hurt anymore. This confused Itachi. Monako seeing his eyes squint a little and his eyebrows furrowed a bit. I like you. Monako said every word slowly. She felt relieved that she got that out, but freaked as well because of what Itachi might think. Silence filling in, Monako decided to break the silence and continue. Back then, Itachi's heart dropped. He stared at her wordlessly. He realized that Monako was staring back. He looked away. But when you came back for me, when I was kidnapped, Monako said as she fiddles with her fingers after Itachi looked away. I accepted the fact that I like you then, and to this very moment. Also, the reason I distanced myself is because seeing you and knowing that you're not mine really hurts. This is Itachi's perspective. How could she like me? After what I did? How? How stupid of me to say that she changed. I knew her since we were kids. She was always like this. Always apologizing for things even she didn't do. Smiling even if I know she's sad and alone, and insultingly honest. Now I know why she acts so differently between when I'm around and when she's with Shisui. How could I be so blind? Monako was always there. Long before Izumi. She's the only one who could understand me, and I let that slip out of my mind. Even so, do I deserve her? Clearly she's better than me. Itachi, I know that, Monako sighs, then whispered. How would I say this? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said this. After what happened and what you're going through, I apologize, she said. I smiled a little. She did it again. Always keeps on apologizing. I don't deserve you. What? I could feel Monako tense again. Crap. I said that out loud. Monako. I look at her as she cocked an eyebrow. I challenge you. Monako let out an amused smile. To what? To live longer than I am going to. I stared at her blue eyes. You're on. She gives me a sincere smile, but sad eyes. It's you before me, Monako. I cover her hand with mine. She finally gave me her signature smile. The smile that I've been looking for. Me. Before you.